So you're probably wondering, how did alternative financing come about? Has it been around forever? Has the banks always been strict? And the truth is, one part, yes, the banks have always been extremely strict. They definitely want to lend where there is as minimal risk as possible. Back in 2008, you probably remember our country went through a very hard time. One would call it a recession. During that recession, traditional lenders who were already super strict tightened up their guidelines and that crediting box even more, making it that much difficult for small business owners to obtain the financing they need. At that time, these alternative lenders, or also known as online lenders, came about where they identified a need in the market for small business owners to get the capital that they need to grow their business. Now, it's important to understand that as somebody who works very closely with alternative lenders, we will never try to compete with the everyday traditional banks. And it's very simple why. The banks are always going to offer the lowest cost capital and the longest terms when it comes to small business lending. But what we understand is that most businesses are not able to obtain that capital that they need through traditional lenders. So if we have that opportunity where somebody is potentially bankable, we'll simply refer them back to the bank, because we work very closely with these traditional banks. And it's important that we really understand the concept of how an alternative lender and a traditional lender can really work well together. And how that works is very simple. When a traditional lender, typically 70% of the time, decline a local small business for financing, they simply refer that client over to us, and then we are exercising our relationships with alternative lenders to seek an approval for that business that was recently declined at the bank. So as you can see, we work very closely together. And in return, when we have a customer that comes to us that has that perfect credit score, that has that really long time in business and has all their financials together and looks like a really strong candidate for bank financing, we always want what's best for our clients. So we would just simply refer that client right on back to the traditional bank, as I mentioned, the local Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of Americas of the world.